Welcome to the Socialize forecast, January 28th, 2025. Woohoo! I was just listening to a song and now it's in my head. That's the problem with TikTok. Earworm forever. Always. Every day I have a song playing in my head. I think I was always like that, but it's even more so now with the prevalence of social media. All right, I'm going to kick off. Before I get started on the trends, I want to talk about something that I am really on right now. And sometimes I get into a zone and then that's the topic. So it may actually end up being the topic on Friday as well. I'm not sure yet. But what we are going to just briefly touch on is YouTube and why it makes sense to just throw some videos over there, even if you don't want to build a YouTube channel. And the reason I want to say that is just because I have to share this little personal thing. But in my own experience during the pandemic, I was making videos and I wasn't using TikTok at first. I was really using Instagram to do my videos, and I was really into horizontal format. I was doing baking videos in my kitchen and I set up the camera always horizontally, and I made essentially YouTube content that I was putting on Instagram in horizontal format, mind you. So this is back when I first started, before I even downloaded the TikTok app. Okay, so I'm going to cut to, while I was doing that during the pandemic, I decided to make a channel and start posting them over there. So that way, if people didn't see them on my Instagram, I could share them with friends and family, and I'd have them in a place with the recipe underneath and the description. It seemed much more organized in my mind about how to really share that content. And in my mind, I was sharing it just with like friends and family and people that were seeing some of my videos on Instagram, and I was able to send them over to YouTube. So it was kind of a fun thing, and it was an experiment. Never did I think that at this point, I have about 8,000 something followers on YouTube, and I barely pay attention to it. I post my content there consistently, but I'm not living and breathing YouTube. And I was able to build that kind of following. I'm also going to say that I was able to monetize after enough hours of watch time, because my baking videos were being watched from beginning to end by people in the pandemic when they had time on their hands and they were like watching my crazy, funny baking videos. So I got that watch time, because you need a certain amount of hours of watch time in order to monetize. You need a certain amount of subscribers and then watch time. I don't want to say the stats because I don't know them off the top of my head. But anyway, the point is, I continued to post videos there, and one was a towel rolling demonstration. So I was doing little demos in the house, how to roll towels and stack them. And that video it's viral like crazy on YouTube. To this day, 4+ years later, I'm still making money on that video, which is crazy to me. Crazy. I mean, I look at that video and I laugh too at this point, but what happened is I started monetizing because I had enough watch hours. I had a small audience, but this one video has, I want to say it's like 200,000 views. I don't even know how viral it is. I have to look. I haven't looked in a while. But I want to just point this out because it's important. I make about $200 a month on YouTube, and I barely do anything. Imagine if I paid attention to it. Like, what am I waiting for? So what I decided is that my way of paying attention to something is tasking myself to teach other people how to do it. And then when I'm in the process of teaching, I'm going to spend more time over there doing it, and I'm going to pay it more attention to it. So that's what I'm focused on in the studio. And a lot of people have joined specifically for that reason, to learn YouTube and I really understand it. I just don't spend enough time, I should make better thumbnails. I should pay more attention to the times I post. I should look at the analytics. I don't do any of that, and I'm successful on the platform. So I just think, imagine if I paid attention. So that's what my goal. I'm going to share all the things I've learned. And I have pretty good SEO because of the way I label my videos and the way I put the tags in and my thought process on that, which I'm sharing as well on all my videos. So I did lesson number 1. It is already in the studio for my students. And we're going to do a meetup this week on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, that is 5 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to do questions about lesson number 1. So if you have any interest in YouTube and you want to try out the studio for a month, we are still running a 15% challenge discount. So it's challenge 15. You put that in, and then you can join the studio for a month and you can learn YouTube. It's literally, it amounts to $1 a day. For $1 a day investment for 30 days, you will have a really solid handle on YouTube. And that's my crazy sales pitch. That isn't a sales pitch, because don't bother if you don't want to. I'm just telling you, it's worth it. Okay. Moving on from that, because a lot of people in the studio are not interested in YouTube. I mean, it's like a 50-50. You have people who really want to do it and people who are really, just really like social media. So because of that, I have like 2 lanes happening always. So in my other lane, we're focused on videos and transitions and making good, engaging videos. And this week's challenge is doing this, I'll call it a face zoom, because you pull your camera towards and away. And when you pull it away, you've changed. And you might have changed your look, your makeup, your haircut, whatever happened to you. It's like a quick little pop zoom thing. And so I did a tutorial for that, and I leveled it up for my studio folks so that they can even add a little jump transition with the face zoom transition. So we've got some really good learning going on. And you probably, if you've followed me on social media, you probably see in my stories that I'm featuring a lot of the students that I'm teaching and their successful videos, because I'm getting such a damn kick out of it. And excitingly enough, I'm going to Tampa next week for a conference, and some of them are located in Tampa and are going to attend my meetup. So I'm going to meet some of them in person on February 5th. And we're going to meet at a place near the Westin Tampa waterside. The name of the place I forget right at this moment. Social something, the social, how can I find it? Well, I'll find it and I'll put it in the show notes, but some kind of a social, it's like just a gathering place, the social gathering place or something. So it's right near where I'm going to be staying, and we're going to have a meetup there right after the conference. Ooh, so everything will be announced. I will be putting that in the newsletter specifically on Friday. So look for that. And I'm excited. I can't wait to meet some of you. This is really going to be fun. And I know that sometimes when I announce these things, some people will just surprise me and come out of the blue. So I can't wait to see who's going to surprise me there as well. Okie dokie. Let's just power through. I'm not going to get too in, like I say every time, I'm not going to go deep into the trends, but I'm going to mention them and then talk about what the teachings are. So the first trend is just took a walk to clear my head. This is going hard on TikTok. It's an audio where you can show off what you do to get out of your head when you're feeling anxious or feeling concerned or things are stressful. So that's a fun one for right now in the world. Possibly if you're feeling stressed about anything, you can definitely go and check that out. The next one is It's Not My Problem. This one's funny and I can't wait because I am going to do this one. It's not my problem. And it's like a rock song and you can like jam out to it. So I'm going to try and think of something that's not my problem. And then I'm going to jam out just for fun. I'm going to do this one this week. The Instagram ones. Oh, I should also mention bonus trend, but Julie put one in, I think it was last week's newsletter. And I did it. I did it this week. Oh my gosh. I can't think of the song, but a lot of you did it. Like a lot of you have done it. So I'm going to read, I want to see what it is so I can tell you. Hold on. I want to say it. Oh, I was right. Okay. So I think it was in last week's newsletter. I was right. I was right. Everything I do was right. Really fun. And if you haven't gotten on that one yet, I think that one's still going pretty strong. So you can hop on that one. It's hilarious. You can be right about something in your life, your work, your marriage, your TikTok journey, whatever you were right about. I was right about getting on TikTok because now I'm teaching people. All right, now let's go to Instagram. How My Brain Sounds. This is a fun audio that you lock in on. You create a compilation video to show off what the goals were when you were focused and locked in on your goals. And the creator that we attached the video in the newsletter is very funny. There's a template there and she uses that. So you could use the same template. Next one is Engines Revving. And this is audio where you get yourself, when you get excited about something and you get yourself all revved up, this is a great audio for that. So what's something that you do in life that you can't help but go all out every time you do it? Even if it's just like, I'm going to bake a cake, I'm going all out. Okay. You be creative. All right. A little interrupting this broadcast to tell you that we have a live workshop with Tamsen Fadal, who has written the book. Oh, I don't have it in my hands this week, but How to Menopause. And I know that a lot of people are going to be interested in hearing what she has to say and how she has changed her journey, leaving her news job to pursue really sharing being the voice for women in menopause, because she really, really struggled and she talks about it very, very openly. We did have to move the time and date of the workshop due to her schedule. So we are moving that to February 19th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you signed up, please make note of the new time. You should have gotten an alert. And if you didn't get an alert, this is your alert to move it in your calendar. And I'm very excited to talk to her. We're going to do like a 20-minute interview, and then we're going to do a debrief together after that without her. So we'll get some info from her, we'll get some questions answered, and then we'll do a gathering thereafter. So I hope you can make it. Let's see, original content ideas. So we're going to say, given the turbulence of TikTok's future, our first idea here is to start getting comfortable on a horizontal platform or trying to do something, maybe create a video for YouTube. That was our suggestion for this week. It would just be a fun way to dabble and say, I'm going to do this as an experiment. And Amber, I'm talking to you because I know we said during our last Zoom meeting, well, maybe not on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And I'm second guessing my thoughts on that for you. And I do think that autism moms have a voice that will help a lot of people, especially positive one like yours. So I do think you should consider maybe doing one post a week on YouTube, one post a month. I'm not even going to say a week, one post a month on YouTube. I'm going to challenge you. I'm challenging Amber personally. I wonder if she's listening. The next one is Valentine's Day love. And this is just because Valentine's Day right around the corner. And maybe you want to just use that as a vibe for spreading love. So spreading love for a small business on social media. Give your followers ideas for what they could purchase for their loved ones from a small business. You can also do this as why you love your favorite creators. Do something like that. You can do why you love someone in your family. Make it a subject of sharing the love, just to kind of spread some good vibes and get some really positive energy out into the world. And then our third one today I thought was fun because Julie and I were talking about this as just an aside about where else we would like to live in the world if we were able to move anywhere we wanted to. We one time talked about this on a podcast, and I think we did like, where would you like to visit? What's your dream vacation? But I'm going to challenge one further. Like, what about if you could live anywhere you wanted to? Like if you wanted to uproot, okay, you don't want to be in your job anymore, or you're done with this chapter of your life, or whatever it is, your kids have left the nest and now you can go wherever you want to go. Where is your ideal place where you'd want to live? I would love to see some videos about that and why. Okay, next up, I will tell you that we have tutorials in the newsletter that is how to do the face zoom transition. So if you are questioning that in terms of, I don't know if I can do it, it's probably one of the easiest transitions you can learn as a beginner. And in the studio, I've taught it in a more advanced way, but on social media, I posted the simple face zoom. So if you just want to do the face zoom and do that one only, you can check out that tutorial. And you know what? I'm going to link my YouTube video in the newsletter and show notes. So you're going to see the YouTube version of doing that. Okay, I like it. I'm on to something here. Okay, before I start to wrap it up, I want to just talk about Jamaica in May. Oh, a couple of things I want to talk about. I should say, I have a lot of travels coming up. How crazy. But even before Jamaica, I'm going to Vegas, so I'll talk about that. But let me say, since I mentioned Jamaica, on May 1st to the 4th, Women's Entrepreneur Retreat in Montego Bay. You can get tickets where you can learn business tips and coaching, get your professional headshots done, networking with entrepreneurs. There's going to be swag and gifts. There's going to be social media tips and guidance. And I'm going to do a whole workshop where I'm going to teach people hands-on. You're going to be able to sit with me. I can show you on your phone how to do. I'm excited for workshops. I do love workshops. And then, of course, the camaraderie and hanging out and being in a sunny, great place where we can hang out together. So it's like girls trip. Come with me. Let's do a girls weekend. I'm really pumped, actually. That's going to be good. So, and I'm literally going solo. So I don't have like other things I'm going to need to do hanging out with someone else. I will be there to hang out with you guys. I'm pumped. It's going to be fun. May 1st to the 4th. So if you can do it, if you can swing it, join me because we will have fun. It's like a meetup, but it's like a whole weekend. And then the other thing that I'm doing is interesting. I was invited to present an award at the Cheer Choice Awards, which is the social media awards that take place in Vegas on April 11th and 12th. the main event is on the 12th. I was invited as a speaker, as a presenter. I've never been involved with the Cheer Choice Awards up until this point. I want to say that. One year I was nominated for, I forget what, one of the categories. And there was another person who I knew on social media who was also nominated in my category. And she reached out to me and she was like, oh, we're in the same category. I wish you luck. And I was like, girl, it's all you. I'm not even going to talk about it. And I'd never even engaged. And so I think she won. I hope she did. I don't even know. But I didn't want to take that from her. She really wanted it. So she reached out to me and I didn't want to make it. I don't need to compete with people for like social media accolades. At the time, I was just excited to be teaching people and having an audience in the first place. And I didn't feel compelled to win an award. So it didn't even faze me. And I let go. So I have not even thought about the Cheer Choice Awards since then. And that was like 3 years ago, easily. Now I'm attending as a presenter. I barely know anything about this event. I'm learning as I go. And I'm learning some interesting things about it. And we'll see. I mean, maybe it'll be groups of creators that have been hanging out for years. And I've never been invited to anything. As a TikTok, person with 1.1 million followers as a creator, I've never been invited to TikTok headquarters, or I have never been invited to participate. And I see all these things with the TikTok people getting together. And I'm like, what about me? And it's never happened. So I guess I kind of jumped on it because I was like, oh, I got invited to something. Like, I'm like the schoolgirl that finally got invited to the party, I guess. But I'm always I do things with trepidation when that happens, because I'm thinking like, well, why was I invited now? And I'm not questioning it. Just timing is everything. Like maybe it was meant to be that I go now. Maybe there was, who knows what. Somebody discovered me that's involved with the platform and then decided, oh, that I should be there. So I haven't keeping an open mind about it. And there is an opportunity to win tickets. So if you have any interest in maybe going to Vegas and then maybe attending, you can just apply to see if you win the tickets. And then at least you might have motivation to go, because then you don't have to pay for being at the event. Okay. Whew, that was a lot. I hope that didn't sound negative. I don't think it did. I was more confused than anything, and surprised, happily surprised and honored. And I'm just going to go with it at this point and see. I get to wear a fancy dress. I will have to figure out what I'm wearing. I might wear one of the dresses I've worn recently to these weddings, because I always thought, when am I going to wear these dresses again? And now I'll have a chance to do it. So that'll be fun. I'll meet some creators. I wish that I was a person who was really aware of who the famous creators are, but I kind of stay in my lane and teach versus get into that whole who's the popular. I don't get in with the popular crowd. I was never like that in high school, and I'm not like that as an adult. So I'm a little clueless. I'm sure I'm going to meet people that everyone's going to be like, you met so-and-so? And I'll be like, don't even know who they are. I don't even know. They could walk right up to me. It could be like a celebrity, like Taylor Swift walking up to, oh my God, who was that? Anyway, a celebrity met Taylor Swift and didn't know it was her or whatever. Some funny thing happened like that I'll have to find. But anyway, it'll be just like that. I'll be talking to someone and apparently they're going to be uber TikTok famous and I'll have no clue. And I'll just be like, hi, nice to meet you. So there will be stories. Follow along for that crazy journey. Okay, thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Friday.